Hello, this is Gordon from TaroWorks, and you're watching Getting Around in Salesforce. If you're new to Salesforce, you may very well ask, what is it? Well, Salesforce is a flexible relational database system hosted in the cloud. A relational database allows you to connect your information in a way that makes sense. For example, you have a number of stores. Each store will have a salesperson, and inside they'll make the transactions. You can then analyze and play around with these informations as much as you like. Whereas hosted in the cloud is a shorthand, meaning that all heavy data processing is done by servers on the internet, and all you need is a single laptop with an internet connection to use it. Salesforce is powerful in the sense that it can adapt to many types of operation, and yet it remains easy to learn. Before I started this job, I've never used it before, and now, quite frankly, I'm excited to talk about it. Our mobile solution, TaroWorks, is basically an application that allows you to send and receive information from the field. And with that preamble, let's get started. First thing you need to do is open your internet browser and go to login.salesforce.com, or in our case, test.salesforce.com. Enter your login name, usually in the form of an email address, and then enter your password below, which should be given to you by the administrator. Click Login. If you're very new to Salesforce, this is probably the screen where you start off, in the Home tab. We're going to start our orientation by showing you where you can select different apps. By clicking at the upper right corner here, you can access any other application that's installed in your Salesforce. Next, you can access Help and Training by clicking on this link. And to the left of that, you will see your name. Clicking on this box will show you a few options. You'll be able to change information in your profile, and if you are an administrator, you'll be able to set up the instance setting in here. You'll be able to log out of this instance also when you complete. Next, we're going to talk about the tabs. Clicking on one of them will take you to the list. In this case, I've clicked on the Contact tab. So it's going to display the contacts that I've viewed recently at first. If you want to see more contact, select all contact from the list, then click Go. What you should see next is a list view of all the contacts that you have permission to see. Arranged in this table are individual record along the rows, and the columns correspond to individual fields. To view an individual record, click on the underlined link. Here is what Salesforce calls a record layout. For this particular record, how the heck, you could see the corresponding ID, the name, the title. These here are individual fields of information that you can edit or delete. And in fact, you'll be able to manipulate this record by clicking the Edit, Delete, or Clone button. If you do not like how the fields are laid out, simply click on the Edit Layout link. Here you'll be able to add new fields by dragging them into the layout, or you can remove them by clicking the Remove button. And here you have complete freedom on how to move the fields around. You can even set the field order for related objects by clicking on the related list property, the wrench icon. When you finish, click Save. Now, not all tabs are the same. For example, in TaroWorks, we have programmed a number of tabs to behave differently in order to accommodate our use cases. And if you have administrator privileges, click on your name and then click Setup. This will allow you to access many important settings under the hood. For example, click on System Overview in order to see if you're approaching any of the Salesforce limits. Another important thing to do is go to Manage Users and then click on Users. Here you'll be able to add new users. You'll also be able to reset the password of those who have forgotten their passwords. Chances are, if you're just getting started, you'll need to start a new user. Complete these forms by filling in the first name, last name, their real email, as well as giving them the username to log in. Anyone who uses TaroWorks in Salesforce will need to have a Salesforce license and a profile set accordingly. It can be System Administrator or TaroWorks user. Scrolling down will present you with additional options such as time zones, language, and currency settings. When you complete, click on Save or Save and New. This will also generate a new password and notify the user immediately. The next thing I want to show you is how you can easily create your new objects. So by clicking Create and then Objects, you'll be brought into the screen. Click on the Schema Builder. Here in the Schema Builder, you could easily build objects by clicking and dragging it into the field. Enter the label, so if you have transactions, you could label as transactions. Give it any other information you need, and then click Save. You can then add extra fields to that new object or any existing object you want by clicking and dragging. So for example, it will want to have a date field in the Tetra Pak object. I simply click on it and then I'll enter shipment date. Click Save to create the new field. Repeat with other fields as necessary until you have completed your object. And when you finish here, click on Close. We're going to come full circle by creating a tab for the object that you've just built. Click on Create, click on Tabs. It will bring you to this screen. In the box that say Custom Object Tabs, click on New button. Here, choose the object. In this case, you're going to choose Vehicle, and then choose a tab style. Tab style is basically a color and an icon to go along with the object to help you remember what it is. Click on Next, and then just follow through the steps to complete your tab. And there it is. This is a good place to stop. But before I go, I want to introduce you to the Salesforce channel, where you can find a lot of good videos on how to do certain things or what features are good for. I also recommend these sites here. You can find the links below. Here's one on 10 steps to get started with Salesforce. This is a translator or a glossary of several terms to get you used to the lingo. And finally, this is a page to help you find all the other various help and support resources for Salesforce. Thank you for watching. Please like this video if it helped you, post any questions or comments you have below, and subscribe to the TaroWorks channel to get the latest updates.